Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Friday, January 30th, end of the month here for January. Blew right through this month, and now we'll see what's happening at the end of the month on a Friday. Let's look at the market. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Let's check out the heat map. There you go. It's kind of red this morning, as you can see. Microsoft up a little bit right here, MSFT. And let's see, it's up there. It's barely up. It's trying to move. It's not really doing a whole lot there. You see your SPY is down and your Qs are down a little bit as well. They're not looking bad, though. Look at them. They look like they kind of want to take off right there. So we'll be keeping an eye on them. This morning, you can see they dipped down, but they still look like they want to go up right there. So interesting look for your Qs and your SPY and TCGL. That thing was still running up there this morning. It was like cruising. It went crazy yesterday, and you can check that out, see if it wants to continue to run. VIVS, that spiked up this morning, came back, and ANL ran up some more. We were looking at that as well yesterday. And CISS, here's that CIS marine shipping one. This one's way down there. What the heck is this doing? Let's look at this one right here. That one's an interesting look right there. Recent reverse splitter. That could run some more, guys. I'd keep an eye on that CISS this morning. That could get moving. And that Sandesk is running up there pretty big right there after earnings. So let's go ahead and see what our big caps and spot and other things are doing. IWM right here is down $1.58. That looks like it's getting ready to bounce off that trend line. What just happened? Where'd it go? There it goes. All right. I don't even know what that was, but there it is. It looks like it's ready to bounce off that trend line down there. And crypto, that's still down this morning, 83,000, but I guess it's up a little bit because it was down a little bit more last night. As you can see, it spiked down right there, a huge dip, and then it's hitting that bottom area. So we'll see if they want to bounce back up. Here's Ethereum right here. And, Ripple, so they all have that pullback look, and now they're trying to stabilize after yesterday's big dip. So that's what we see. Look at Solana back at 116 at the moment. So that's crazy right there. And crypto not doing a whole lot. Let's look at silver and gold real quick. They're pulling back pretty big. Whoa, look at that dip right there. Wow, silver puts were looking good. Rhett will be happy. I think he had some. I think they might have closed them out. I'm not sure what they did, to be honest. But gold way down, too. Holy cow, look at that. And it looks like it could be bouncing around right here. But that's a big old dip right there on GLD. So that's what they look like at the moment. And let's look at Apple right here. It's down a little bit, hitting that 20 right there. Amazon is also down a little bit. So the market looks like it is pulling back some. Google was running up yesterday. That thing is getting set up. I think that's a good opportunity right there on Google. And Meta pulling back after yesterday. It ripped up after its earnings. Microsoft is going up a little bit after that had that huge dip. So watch for that one to try to bounce back a little bit. And the video right here does look pretty healthy and could get running. Tesla trying to bounce back up as well after yesterday's earnings hit right there 2 days ago, whenever it was yesterday. I don't remember, but there you go. Yeah, Apple was yesterday. They were 2 days ago. So Tesla and them guys did pull back after their earnings. AMC not doing much. GameStop up a little bit right here. Maybe it's trying to crawl up. I didn't like it before. It looks a little bit better right there. It did take that pullback, and it does look a little bit better, I must say. So Chewy and Unity not doing much right there. Unity dipping down. What's Sandesk doing? SNDK. What is that up to right here? And that thing ripping off of its earnings. So that one got cruising right there. DZZ and SCL, they're probably ripping up there. That one had looked good there for a while. I think we were a little early, obviously. And ZSL, there you go. And Rhett was talking about this one. And we had it the other day. I think they closed them out as silver was running up. I'm not sure. I have to see this morning if they still had them. I don't really remember. Anyway, here we go. Netflix right here. Let's see what it's doing. It's dipping down a little bit more. And AVGO trying to bounce back up. Now, that looks really good right there. MU's bouncing back. I mean, this thing is an absolute monster, guys. MU, it's crazy. Just buy the dips, I'd say. And TSM right here is trying to get cruising again. Look at it. It's trying to get back up to that trend line so it can go flying off of it. And SMCI just kind of hanging out there. They do have earnings coming up, and that might be two next week. There was one of them that was today. I forget who it was. And AMD right here is down a little bit. That looks like it could pull back a little bit right there. AMD was not today. It wasn't them. And they're next week. So next week's going to be loaded up as well with some good earnings. And QCOM right here. Oh, that one's going to get set up right there. Snow took that big dip. It was coming down. It's coming down a little bit more this morning. And what about PayPal? That's been coming down and coming down a little bit more this morning. So there you are. And it wasn't PayPal. I forget. Someone had their earnings today. I don't remember who it was. We'll have to look and see. Let's see what else is going on. Intel and Dell and these guys, that's pulling back or just kind of hanging out. That could be getting set up. Intel. Dell's been looking good. I think that tries to get set up. Watch for any dip opportunities. And IBM right here pulling back a little bit after it just recently ran up. And then, of course, you have your Palantirs dipping down good, and it's still pulling back there. Sophie's running up now, trying to bounce, actually. Look at that, looking a little bit better. And Mara and Riot right here, they are they're trying to bounce off the 20 right there for Riot. Mara was looking kind of that's under the 20. That looks like it could dip down a little bit more. And Clean Spark, here we go, CLSK, and that is down. It's in that little channel right there. That one could run, like I said, it's kind of a data center-ish now, so we'll keep an eye on all them. And MicroStrategy's down some more, and Sayer just must be banging his head against the wall. He doesn't know what's going on right here. Robinhood hitting that bottom. And then you have your Coinbase down this morning, and Bull has just been a big disappointment, just still dipping down. Not sure what that's up to. Space right here pulling back as well. So there you go with Space. I thought that was maybe there. And again, they do pull back right before they start ripping right here. Boeing's going back down a little bit. We kind of knew that one was dipping down. DJT right here pulling back. That appeared to be trying to get set up, but it is pulling back there. Nike just kind of hanging out, trying to get set back up. And McDonald's had been going up and not looking too bad this morning. Disney was looking good yesterday, Luis Rodriguez, and pulling back a little bit. I think that is getting set up right there. Was it who the hell had their earnings set? They're not today either. I forget who it was. Somebody had earnings today. I remember saying it yesterday, but they were on a Friday. Oxy right here down, and ExxonMobil down. So finally, I think I might have even said that these things probably topped out yesterday. Did I not? Maybe they go up a little higher. We'll take a look at them and see. Obviously, there's a lot of times these pullbacks, but these things are looking like they topped out. And they could get pulled back right there. And your DXYZ was pulling back yesterday, trying to rebound a little bit this morning. So there you go with them guys. UNG right here is the gas. And that's just kind of hanging out right there. That Lucid wasn't looking bad, Luis Rodriguez, and that's even pulled back a little bit. This one wasn't looking bad either. Seat, it's up a little bit. So Vivid Seats, there you go. There's one. And Boyle pulling back a little bit. So it looked like the entire market pulling back. Lockheed Martin, though, still up a little bit. And how about Howard Hughes? He's flat right there. You can keep an eye on that. And Hims wasn't looking bad, but that's also pulled back right there. Adobe trying to set up. It's still down there. Still has some time. And so is Sezzle right here. And that's pulling back. So a big pullback this morning. Dell, we already looked at your Bread Financials. What's this one doing? It's just sitting right there. And this one was looking good too, Luis Rodriguez. It's not doing anything this morning. And APP pulling back after yesterday's big run up. So Toyota Motor right there, that's looking pretty strong as a matter of fact. And let's see what else is going on. Good morning, Sam and Luis Rodriguez and Larry. How are you? And everybody else, Doge Mama 9 and Laptop Travel and everybody else. It's a Friday, guys. Let's see if we can avoid some snow this weekend, get some rest, and get some work done, and then we'll be good to go. That would be a perfect weekend right there. Anyway, let's see what the rest of this market's up to. You wanted to see NUG right here. And that's a big dipper. That one could bounce back up, though. Look at it. It has that nice little support line down there. But what a big dip on gold and silver right there. Microsoft right here. is trying to get set back up. I wouldn't probably play it today. I don't think it's ready just yet over the weekend. Tesla, that could run up a little bit today. You know that. And USAR is up a little bit right there. Look at that. These things could bounce right back up, guys. So keep an eye on these things. And UAMY. That's still down, but again, we'll see. I would be careful on a Friday. I'd rather look at them on Monday and see what they really look like. You know, a lot can happen over the weekend, especially in right now. And speaking of right now, let's look at service now right here. NOW, Larry, and let's see what this is up to. That's down in the basement, not looking too bad to get set up. Not sure if this gets running today either, to be honest with you. It has that look. It's trying to get set up. I will look at that one, Larry. It's looking pretty good to get set up right there. Let me jot it down. NOW. So we weren't looking at that bad boy, but I will check that out. And DRMA, that Dermata Therapeutics, let's see, it's down just a hair this morning. It's been running up. That's trying to stair step its way up. That could slowly but surely work its way up in your prime right here. PRME, Prime Medicine. And let's see, that's how to pull back down to the 20. That looks like it could pull back a little bit more right there, Larry. So be careful. You can see it down right there. So I'd be careful with that one. I think your now is starting to get set up right there. Prime could get set, or what was the second one? That DRMA, that one could get set up too right there. So that's what they look like at the moment for you. And let's see your Toyota motor looking strong. Riley right here was a big runner before. It's been hanging out up here. What does it look like it wants to do off the MACD? It almost looks like it wants to come down, to be honest with you there, Larry. So I would have to watch that today, but you could get that dip on there. Let me see. RILY. Yeah, that could come down right there. RBNE. This one's trying to get set up, oil and gas. It's a little pullback. Well, look at that 20 and 50 meeting up. Look at that bad boy. That one could get running. And let's see. Yeah, we launched the official Michael Anthony ETF last night. It's called Real. It's going to be great, guys. So he's been tracking, Luis Rodriguez tracking the performance of its holdings for the last 2 weeks. It's so great. Luis Rodriguez put all kinds of work into this. It's amazing. I'm telling you. So you'll see. I'll break the news on that one. And VIVS right here, Vivo Slim. And this bad boy is ripping this morning, but did pull back. So just be careful. Maybe it can run up a little bit more. And MGLD, Marigold Companies, that had a big old rip up there today and also pulled back. So we'll see. And we were talking about LRHC. La Rosa had that reverse split. We mentioned it last night, and it did pop up right there. So there you go with them bad boys looking pretty good, as a matter of fact. And that one, let's see. That one could run up a little bit more today. Keep an eye on this one, LRHC. That could get ripping. And your TCGL was pretty wild right there. We were talking about it. Look at that thing. That thing went crazy, guys. So there you are. And it spiked up pretty big right there, up to like 450. It ran in the after. It was crazy. It was absolutely bonkers. So it's down from that big spike up, but still way up essentially. So it did. This doesn't I don't know why it did like spike up like crazy there last night. So I'm not sure, but keep an eye on it, see if it can still run up a little bit. But that one is a crazy one right there. Obviously, it was up like 1,300% or something ridiculous yesterday. So you keep an eye on that, but just be careful. You know, people are going to try to sell it off. Oh yeah, and we're supposed to get a new Fed chair nominee or something. U.S. stock index futures cut losses after Trump nominates Kevin Warsh as next. Oh, he already did it. I didn't even know he did it this morning. So I guess he already did it. He was talking about it. That's who they were saying was going to be it. And I guess that's it. But stock futures are lower. But once I say pairing decline as Trump selects Warsh for his Fed chair, and Dow futures drop. Trump names Warsh as Fed chair, and here's what Kevin Warsh selection as Fed chair means for the economy. And Trump nominates Warsh to succeed Powell at the Fed. So there you go, guys. Now we know who is our next Fed chair, and it's Kevin Warsh. And Trump, I guess, already announced it this morning. So there you go. And let's see, Doug, have your buddy create a Michael Anthony meme coin, and let's all. Oh, we could do that, Sam. I should do that. That would be great, Sam, huh? We could make a Michael Anthony meme coin. That would be hilarious. That might be a good idea right there. We'd have to just sell it. That's all. As it pops up, Michael Anthony. And people would be like, what the hell is that? People would be buying it. That would be hilarious. And maybe we can review Michael Anthony's ETF on Sunday. Yeah, we could definitely do that Sunday night there. Luis Rodriguez will go through it. I figured we'll have a little fun with that. And let's see what else can we have a little bit of fun with this morning. See what's going on over here. That Fat Brands. Remember that we were talking about that recently. FAT. And there's that silver short right there going up, and silver's dipping down right there. But you never know. It could pull a move like yesterday and try to bounce back up. It's pretty volatile and crazy right now. That's for sure. And this was running up. We were looking at, and CISS could be a decent one setting up. LRHC ran up this morning off the reverse split right there. And let me see what else. There's that Tan Tech. That's trying to get set up. And signing day sports. Remember, we were looking at this. It's up a little bit more this morning. Here's a China small cap TIRX. This one took a nice dip, and there's gold dipping down right there. So that's what we have. Let's just look at the other page. That Marigold right there. And BNAI running around a lot lately, and it's pulling back right there at the moment. And let's see what else is happening. JDUS, UGL, Ultra Gold 2 times. These ones are pulling back, obviously. There's a healthcare triangle, Doge Mama 9. Let's take a look at that. Looks like it's down this morning. Could be another interesting dip and rip. We'll look and see what this one's doing too. And that's MIMI right there. And that's just kind of hanging out this morning. So we'll keep an eye on that. And MOBX, none of them are moving. That's interesting right there. And your eye in the MU puts right after the open. It's dipping $6 to $10 every day before shooting right back up. I like it, Sam. Let's look at it then. I like that approach right there. You're right. It does do it pretty often. And let's see, yesterday, ready? Here you go. Look at that big dip right there. A lot of them dipped yesterday, but we'll go to the day before. And it did kind of come down a little bit right there. And I might have to agree with you, Sam. Look at that big dip right there. Came back up. It has been running at the end of the day. Almost every day. I know that. And yeah, we can just basically play MU. So let's check out that. Good look there, Sam. Appreciate it. And we'll definitely be on in the Discord to go over all that good stuff. Good riddance, pal. And yeah, he's out of here, huh? He's gonna be at least we know who his successor is now. It's what's his name? Kevin Warsh. I don't even know who that guy is, to be honest with you. I have no idea what he's ever done in life or what he's up to, but it looks like Kevin Warsh won 100%. That's for sure. So there you go. We don't have to look at this anymore because Trump announced it already. And our Super Bowl champs, like I said, Seattle, I mean, doesn't really look like it wants to jump off a cliff much more. I mean, you still have a whole nother week in between, though, so we can see what happens with that. And what else were we looking at on here? The other Fed decision isn't until March. So we'll have to wait for that one. Nothing to really look at right here. And we'll see. And now I'm telling you, they're going to cut the rate. Look at this thing curling up. This is coming down. Remember, we were saying after the January, that's what would be happening. And that's what you're seeing right there. So I think that's what we're going to see. And let's see what else is happening over here, guys. Kind of read this morning, new Fed chair nominee named today, so that by Trump, and the market's kind of red. So that's what you have. MU is up. Microsoft and Tesla and the rest of the market's basically down at the moment. Let's look and just see what our SPY and Qs are doing right here. SPY down a little bit, but not looking bad. Like I said, that doesn't look too bad right there, guys. It could continue its way up and start cruising now that they named the Fed chair. Let's see how the market wants to react. But the Qs don't look too bad either. Look at them slowly going back up right there. So I would say it's looking a little bit better this morning. So we'll keep an eye on things, and we'll be, like I said, we'll be on in the Discord to update everybody and keep you guys posted as to what the good opportunities are today. Here's that light right here. That thing has been looking good. And it is lighting up the sky right now because it's running up there. Look at that bad boy, Luis Rodriguez. So there you go with that. And yeah, I would say that's what the market looks like. We have a new Fed nominates Warsh to succeed Powell at the Fed. So you got a new Fed chair nominee right there this morning, and the market's down a little bit. Crypto is it's trying to hold itself steady after that huge dip yesterday, and it still doesn't look great. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look perfect. So it could dip down some more, I would say. Right there, look at Bitcoin. It doesn't look like it's just kind of making itself steady this morning. So that is all you're seeing. In gold and silver taking big dips too. So looks like a lot of stuff is pulling back here this morning, and we'll have to keep an eye and see if it wants to reverse, because like I said, the SPY and the Qs don't even look too bad, and they look like they're trying to rebound right here a little bit. That's not a bad look, and that's not a bad look. So that's what we have this morning, in our IWM is kind of down, and that could easily bounce off that trend line and get cruising today. So that's what I have for you guys on a Friday morning, January 30th, the end of the month, guys. How crazy is that? Already ripping through 2026, and before you know it, it'll be Valentine's Day in like 2 weeks, and then St. Patrick's Day real soon. And then we'll be gearing up for April and Easter and all that good stuff. So first, we got to get through all this snow and the snowstorms and all that. So hopefully that misses us this weekend. And everybody, there you go. I would say all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Larry and Sam and Louis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel and Doge Mom and Nine and everybody else tuning in, Joseph Levy, Robin driving to work, and the rest of the crew. You guys enjoy your Friday, and make sure you lock in profits and trade smart, and obviously be careful going holding anything over the weekend. A lot could happen. Who the heck knows what can happen? I mean, just look day to day. It's so volatile. I mean, hour to hour, it's crazy, guys. And we'll be keeping our eyes on gold, silver, and everything else this morning just to see if they want to bounce back or what they want to do. So that's what we have. Any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM on X. And thank you, Larry. You be safe out there as well, and appreciate you tuning in as always. So be sure to like the show and follow along. And you guys, like I said, trade smart, lock in your profits. Goodbye. Good luck. See you later, and have a great day, everybody.